وَنُنَزِّلُ مِنَ الْقُرْآنِ مَا هُوَ شِفَاءٌ وَرَحْمَةٌ لِلْمُؤْمِنِينَ.
Now I'm going to discuss a bit about the jinn catching. Some people see it as a new, strange thing. It is strange, it is new, even if some people before us did it. But some people say it is bid'ah, it is shirk, or Rasulullah did not do that, so we should not do it. And that is shirk, it is using jinns. So this is something we must clarify. So first of all, I want to say that the catching is only one piece in our work. Our work is not all around catching, even if that is a part that is very spectacular, how jinns come, how we speak with jinns, how they embrace Islam. But as you have seen, there's much more in our work and in the evolution of Ruqya. Secondly, the catching started by the dua of a possessed brother. How it all started: the first group I trained in Burkina Faso, when I left them, the sorcerers made sihr on them like rain, on themselves, on their families, on their patients, so that even if a patient comes for 1 or 2 problems, he will be better for 2 or 3 days, then he will get 10 problems. So the sorcerers were especially attacking their patients so that they will not get cured and so that no one will come to them. So the brothers found themselves spending all their time treating one another. And one of these brothers had already jinns possessing him, and he was fighting his own jinns, and he was reading Quran, and when he reached to dominate that jinn ran away. So the brothers got sad. How I have done all this effort, now the jinn is going to go back to the sorcerers, get new sacrifices, get more strength, come back on me, so I'm not getting out of this at all. So he said, Ya Allah, bring him back to me so I can finish him off. And in the same time, in the same moment, the jinn came back into him and he managed to finish him off. So when he did that, then he realized that if any patient comes, he could just say, Ya Allah, bring me his jinn so I can control him, so I will catch him, and immediately the jinn will come into him, and the jinn will speak immediately, say, what am I doing here? I was with this patient, how come I came here? And we say that we asked Allah Ta'ala to bring you and Allah has brought you. And that puts the jinn in such a vulnerable situation that if we cut him, if we hit the brother this way, that will cut his body, and if we cut his head, so he will die, and if we read Quran, that will affect him immediately, and so that makes them embrace Islam much easier. So this is how it all started. And when we saw that the first time, we thought it was something special Allah has given him, because he has suffered so much and he has made so much efforts that Allah gave him that. But then we quickly realized that any person that was possessed could do that. But some people, when they are possessed and we try to use them for jinn catching, after we have removed their jinns, so that brings them back into being ill, into being tired, exhausted, and they cannot do it. So we will just treat them and let them go home and not use them as catchers, as it is harming them. And we will only keep those who can do it without any problem. So in jinn catching, there's nothing else than dua and reading Quran. There's nothing else. What you see is totally transparent. It's totally, there's nothing hidden. And I prove that there's nothing hidden because in all our centers, we treat people, we train people, and we get new jinn catchers, and we show people how to do the catching, and they do it, and there's nothing hidden. There is nothing hidden. All this work we are doing, bi'idhnillah, is for the sake of Islam. Even if you are gaining money and earning money with it, but I can tell you myself, out of these 60 centers throughout the world, I don't take any money out of that. Only if I'm here and I'm working, I get a part of what we work. But all these people, once they are trained, they are free to work, and we help them as we can, and the money is for them. So there's no other purpose in that but to help Islam. So there's nothing hidden. What you see, it is that. It is only using dua and Quran. There's nothing else hidden behind it. Amongst the ulama who accepted this method and authorized it. There's Abu Bakr Fofana from Ivory Coast, Aminuddin from Kano, Nigeria, Anas Ahmed Lala in Reunion Island, Sheik Abdul Qayyum, Mufti Abdul Qayyum from London, Hujja Sulaiman in Germany, Sheikh Munir Kawankar in Tunisia, and the Saudi Arabia General Mufti and his assistant Ahmed Al-Mubaraki. Actually, the best answer I appreciated scientific answer was that of the Mufti of Saudi Arabia. When I explained to him, I gave him the paper, explained, he said that what is using dua and Quran is not haram. There is nothing forbidden with that, because ruqya is an open field. So if you do something with dua and Quran, there is nothing that is haram with that. Second point, you say that the jinn of the patient came to this man and he became Muslim and he went away. We cannot say it is true, we cannot say it is wrong. Because we don't have anything, we don't have a way to attest that it is truly the jinn of that person that came into this person and now he has become Muslim and now he has gone. So, are you sure about that? I said, yes, I am sure, because of experience, because of Quran, because of people getting cured, because of this experience has been repeated hundreds of times on tens of catchers. So, I am sure this is how it works. They said, but we cannot be sure. We cannot say anything. And this is why we cannot write you a paper that what you are doing is good and you can carry on. All we can say is that using dua and Quran is not forbidden by religion. What you say, as you describe it, is not forbidden, but is it true? Is it working? We cannot say anything. So, alhamdulillah, I found it a really scientific and logical approach, and clearly a Shari approach with deletes. So someone cannot agree, cannot believe, can say, no, this seems dodgy to me, I don't believe it, but you cannot say that we are doing something haram or something shirk. Now, ruqya is an innovative field like medicine. That means it is ijtihadi. That means one can make experiment, can make new methods, as long as there is no shirk. And there are many dalils for this, many dalils, but all the dalils in Sunnah go in to show that the ruqya is not something that is limited to what Rasulullah has taught. All the dalils, I would recommend you one book. I don't even know if this book is translated in English. It is الرقى على ضوء عقيدة أهل السنة والجماعة. Ruqya on the light of the aqidah, of the belief of Ahl Sunnah wal Jama'ah, from Abdullah ibn Nufay. It is a Saudi doctor. It is not a book of ruqya giving methods to treat oneself. It is a book of analyzing the ruqya through Sharia look. And this shows very clearly that ruqya is an open field like medicine. So whatever new method you can do, as long as there's no contradiction with Islam, there's no shirk, you can do any method you want. And the next point, the hadith of the specificity of Sulaiman alayhi salam, of the kingdom of Sulaiman alayhi salam, shows that catching jinn is possible. This hadith, Rasulullah said one morning that yesterday evening, shaitan, I was praying and the shaitan came to disturb my prayer, and I held him, I strangled him until I felt the cool of his